Hey everyone, I'm Leslie and this is Midlife and Nailing It. If you could please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and give this video a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. It helps my channel out. Today I'm participating in the fourth installment of the Quarantine Cooking Collab hosted by the Sister Circle. Links to everyone's channel will be in my description box below, as well as links to this week's playlist and the links to the previous 3 weeks. The Sister Circle did add on a 5th week, so be sure to look for their videos next Wednesday. Unfortunately, I have a prior obligation and won't be able to participate in the last week, but I can't wait to see what they come up with. Let's get started. So this week, you guys, I wasn't sure what I was going to make, but earlier today, my kids were asking me to run to the store so they could get something sweet. But our family is trying to only leave the house when it's absolutely necessary. So I didn't really think that was necessary, to just run just to get something sweet. So I looked at my pantry and I'm like, what do I have on hand? And then I remembered that I have this peanut butter cookie recipe that I've made in the past that couldn't be more simple. It is basically 3 ingredients. And my family loves this recipe. It's their favorite peanut butter cookie recipe, and it's made with ingredients that most everyone has on hand at any given moment. And I just know your family would love this recipe just as much as mine. They turn out delicious and are the perfect cookie to dunk in milk or coffee. I'm not even kidding. They're so good. So the first thing that you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which is what I'm doing right now. And then, of course, you're going to need a cookie sheet. So I just got my old handy-dandy cookie sheet here. And I'm going to spray that really lightly in a moment with some Pam. And then all it is 1 cup of peanut butter that you have on hand. And it doesn't matter. It can be crunchy. It can be smooth. It can be any brand. I'm hearing the natural peanut butter does not work well in this recipe. I don't know why, but it doesn't. And then all it is 1 cup of the peanut butter, 1 cup of sugar, and 1 egg. It's like 1, 1, 1. Super easy to remember. And the really cool thing about this is if you happen to not have the white sugar on hand, you can totally substitute that for brown sugar. Turns out exactly the same. And the other cool thing about this recipe is that you can double it or triple it, and it's super easy to do the conversion. So it's basically, instead of 1 cup peanut butter, 1 cup sugar, 1 egg, it would be 2 cups peanut butter, 2 cups sugar, 2 eggs, and so on and so forth. And so you're also going to need just a bowl and mixer, which I've got here. So let me go ahead and get this camera on the tripod and we'll get started. Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is just lightly spray my cooking sheet. So that's done. And I'm just measuring out 1 cup of peanut butter. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that into my bowl. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab out a cup of sugar. I've got a 1/2 cup here, so I need 2 1/2 cups equal to cup, just so you don't get confused. This is 1 cup of sugar that I'm adding in. And you guys, I'm not real fancy here with my baking stuff because I'm not much of a baker. I usually only bake like holidays and birthdays, and even that is like semi-homemade stuff. I'm not a baking type of person. But anyways, I've got my cup of sugar in there, and then I'm just adding an egg. You guys, it's so funny. Every time I go to do this, this one pops off. This is broke. And I really need to break down and get another one. But I don't ever think about it because I never bake. And then when I go to actually bake, the few times a year that I do, I'm like, oh, this is a crap show. I really need to get another one. Yeah, when I make these videos for you, because I've been doing a little more baking as I'm making the videos, it'll fall off 20 times. So let's hope it doesn't do that this time. And it does make just a super simple dough. That's it. So all that I'm doing is grabbing enough dough to make a ball about, I don't know, this size. What is that, 1/2 inch? I think it's a 1/2 inch. About this size. Use my hands to kind of see the size I would do. And then I'm just gonna stick them on my tray. And this dough is super easy to handle. Like, it's not leaving really too much residue on my fingers or anything, so that's nice too. And so even though this is part of a quarantine cooking collab, this is really something you could make very simply. Throw together real quick in your own home anytime, really. Maybe make these when you're having a movie night, or you came in from the park, or whatever else you do. I mean, these are very simple. So as you can see, this made like 12 cookies, and then I've still got this much dough left. So it makes quite a few, you guys. I'm probably going to end up with about 24 cookies, I imagine. And then for those of you that are new to cooking and baking, or maybe you're a 13-year-old watching, I don't know. When you do cookies, you want to do 3 by 4 is usually what you're going to do for your standard cookie sheet. And you want to kind of place them in a pattern here so that they don't touch. So that's typically the room that you need. And I know a lot of us watching this knows that, but maybe there are some people who are new to cooking or didn't grow up cooking that don't. So this just makes your life a lot easier to do this pattern. So these are not sticky at all. I kind of had my Pam over here in case I needed to spray my fork a little bit. So what you do for your peanut butter cookies, this is like, I don't know who made this rule, but by God, we're going to oh, my cookies are falling. Hold on. I gave you too much of a view there. I don't know who made this rule up, but by God, we're going to follow it. They've been doing it for probably 100 years. I don't know how long. Does anybody know how long they've been doing this? We could look it up. Maybe I'll do that. So yeah, you just do the one way with your fork and the other way with your fork. One way, other way. So I'm going to come through and do this really quick. Super simple, guys. Doesn't have to be perfect. You probably don't even have to do this. This is just like ingrained in our brains, and we just pass it on from generation to generation. And I really don't know where this started or why. But here's the official peanut butter cookie pattern. It makes them cute, and everyone recognizes it, right? If you've got the marks like this, we dang well know that's a peanut butter cookie. So this is going to go in a 350-degree oven for about 8 to 10 minutes. And you want to check it because, of course, it depends on how big you made your cookies. We're just doing these little ones. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get that in the oven. I will say as I get my little cookie sheet out here, because I'm wanting to expedite this situation. I've got a lot going on today, guys. I don't even know that you need the cooking spray because they're not really sticking, but I'm just going to lightly do it. I don't know, it's your kitchen, do what you want. I'm just lightly spraying because I don't want them to stick. I don't think that they would anyways, but just in case. And after I gave the big speech about giving space, I'm going to kind of like get these on. I just want this. I'm just going to fit these to this little cookie sheet, you guys, after I gave you the big speech. And they may run in together, they may not. I am making my cookies kind of on the smaller side, but we had an unfortunate incident not too long ago with my other cookie sheet called somebody put it on top of a plastic thing and it adhered and melted to the cookie. Oh my God, it was a hot mess. And I need to get another one, but I just haven't yet. Because that's another thing that it's like, oh, I need to go get one of those, and then I don't until I need it like right now, and then I'm like, dang, why didn't I go get one of those? Does anybody else do that? I do notice as I go, whenever I'm making cookies my whole life, they tend to get bigger and bigger. Because I want to be done. Oh, Lord. I'm just having too much fun all by myself here. It won't feel like it's by myself when you guys are watching, but I am alone right now, cracking my own self up. So you guys, I went ahead and did another dozen. So I've got probably another 3 cookies there I could make. Coming back through with my fork. So when that first batch comes out, I'll stick these in. And I don't know if you've ever heard about the 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies. The first time I heard about them, I was super skeptical, but I tried it anyways because I like easy. I do when it comes to baking especially. I love easy when it comes to baking. But now you're seeing how easy it is coming together, what they look like once they're together, and then at least you'll see them when they come out. And I'm not kidding. We love these cookies. We really, really do. All right, everybody. So my cookies were done. They did take the full 10 minutes. And then what you have to do is you have to let them sit for 1 to 2 minutes. And I'd aim towards the 2-minute side before you attempt to take them off of the tray. Don't skip this step. It's super important. So I'm going to go ahead and set it back on my oven top and let it sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll get them off of here. Okay, guys, so all I'm doing, look how easily they're coming off, is getting them off of my tray here and placing them on the wax paper. And I had that little bit of dough left, you guys, and guess what? My daughter ate it. She did. So I don't have any more cookies to make. I just have this dozen and then the other dozen that's in the oven. Okay, guys, so my second batch is done. See how some of them are kind of touching? Because I didn't follow my own tip. Anyways, I'm going to let these sit again for the 1 to 2 minutes. And then get them on my wax paper. Okay, guys, so just remember that the 24 cookies that you see here was the 1 cup of peanut butter, and you can use crunchy peanut butter, regular peanut butter, any brand you'd like except for the natural brands. And then the 1 cup of sugar, and you could use brown sugar if you'd like instead. And then 1 egg. And so this is 2 dozen cookies, but if I wanted it to be 4 dozen cookies, all I would have to do is double it right up. 2 cups of peanut butter, 2 cups of sugar, 2 eggs. It's really that simple. And remember, I had that little bit of dough left, so I have a feeling if I did double it up, I'd probably have another 8 to 10 cookies as well. So just to throw a little math at you, so you know what you would need to do to make however many cookies you're wanting to make. Things are a little cramped in here, so I'm having trouble getting my spatula in. That's what happens when I don't follow my own tips, right? It's like I know the right thing to do, but I chose not to. So now the struggle is kind of real. Okay, guys, so this is what the cookies turned out like up close. I'm going to go ahead and get them plated up and ask some kids if they want some peanut butter cookies. Well, guys, I thought I had filmed my kids getting some cookies and plating them up all nice and everything. And yeah, I forgot to press record, so I don't have any of that footage. I did a little cute thing with the kids too. Put cute cups of milk. You can see the picture there. So yeah, that was my intention, to have some footage with the plated up cookies, but it just didn't happen. And since everyone knows I am midlife and nailing it, absolutely tongue-in-cheek, yeah, it helps if you push record. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.